Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to another video here at Euphoric Sports, and today we're making a controversial video: the NBA top 10 players. After the NBA came out and made a list of the top 75 players of all time for the All-Star break, well, I've decided to correct them. They were very outrageous with some of the picks that they made, and the list in the top 10 was so controversial and so wrong in so many ways that I'm here just to make the right top 10. And let's get started. At number 10, we got Stephen Curry. Yes, you heard me, Stephen Curry. Steph Curry is the only unanimous MVP and led the greatest team of all time, a 73-9 winning team, winning 3 championships and 2 MVPs. And the thing about greatest of all time, in the top 10, these are guys who have done stuff that other guys would only dream, that nobody else has done. And Steph Curry, he is the unanimous MVP, the only time it's happened in the 75-year history of the NBA. And Steph Curry is the guy who did it, and it would be outrageous to leave him off. Also broke the record of threes this year, and he's still in his prime. Ray Allen was holding that record, and guess what? Steph Curry still has ways to go, probably has 5 years left in him. And he already broke the record. That shows how great he is. He revolutionized the game. He made three-point shooting deep, common, and Steph Curry has to be in the top 10, and I put him at number 10. Now, at number 9, we got Wilt Chamberlain, a 2-time champion, 1 Finals MVP, and 4 MVPs. Averages about 30 points a game in his career and 22 rebounds. Now, the reason why I think these averages are crazy high is because of the lack of competition Wilt Chamberlain was playing, and that's why it lowers him. Wilt Chamberlain played against a lot of scrubs and guys who get destroyed in today's game or game 10 years ago, 20 years ago, the 70s, 80s, 90s, the 2000s, 2010s, 2020s. They get destroyed in these eras because proper big men were playing in these eras. And now Wilt Chamberlain was not playing in these eras. He was playing against very average players. And you could check the film. Nobody was as tough as him, big as him, tall as him. He was just dominant because everybody else wasn't as good or as big. So Wilt Chamberlain, he's this low. Maybe he does succeed in our eras, but I just believe that since we never got to see it, it really degrades him as an all-time player. But he's still a top 10 of all time. We got to give him the credit, though. I don't want to be too mean to him because many players have played, and to be in the top 10, that's pretty crazy. And now for number 8, I'm about to piss off the city of LA. I'm sorry, but Kobe Bryant is number 8. He is a 5-time champion, 2-time Finals MVP, and only 1 regular season MVP. Now, Kobe Bryant, the reason why he's low on this is 3 of those championships were handed in by none other than Shaquille O'Neal, the most dominant big man of all time. He was destructive, averaging like 38 points in the finals. This guy was killing it. I know Kobe had his moments where I do admit some of those championships you don't win without Kobe, but Kobe Bryant also missed a lot of playoffs when Shaq left, and I'm very big on consistency, and Kobe, yes, stats were there, but the wins were not. He does end up winning 2 more championships without Shaquille O'Neal, which I do applaud him for with those 2 Finals MVPs. Absolute brilliance that I saw in those finals against the Celtics and against the Magic, beating Dwight Howard and Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, all these guys. Kobe Bryant really did well, but he's 8th because there are a lot better players than him. Well, not a lot, just 7 better players. And that leads me to number 7. We got Tim Duncan, Mr. Fundamental. Yes, I said it. He won 5 championships, 3 Finals MVPs, and 2 MVPs. Yep. I said it here. Tim Duncan had his way a lot of times against the Lakers and beating the Kobe Bryant Lakers, and also beat LeBron James many times in the finals, well, twice. And you got to give this guy credit. This guy has been one of the most consistent players. Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, he's kind of lame to watch. Well, he's very dominant. One of the best big men I've ever seen. Tim Duncan. You just don't get enough credit. He's a better version of Kobe Bryant because he won the Finals MVPs. He won more MVPs and same amount of rings. Also was playing with another dominant big man for the start of his career in Dave and Robinson. But guess what? He's not on this, and Tim Duncan is, because Tim Duncan was the better player. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you here right now. Tim Duncan is a better player than him. It's clear. Now, at number 6, I got Larry Bird, 3-time champ, 2 times final MVP, and 3 MVPs. I think the reason why he's higher than Kobe Bryant and Tim Duncan is because this guy just showed consistency. He's a scorer. He did it all. And not only that, he only had 1 season where he didn't make the playoffs. That is really impressive. That's something that I really rate highly. And all of those playoff times, he usually made it far. That's the crazy thing. It wasn't first round exit, 8 seeds. He was making it far. And people don't usually like to give credit in far playoff runs. And Larry Bird was doing that consistently, making it far, making it to the finals. And this guy was playing against top tier talent, the Bad Boy Pistons. He was playing against the Magic Johnson Lakers, then played against Young Jordan. All these guys he was playing against, and he was being dominant. And Larry Bird doesn't get enough credit by also revolutionizing the game, a big man shooting. He was kind of a big guy back then, and he was shooting threes, shooting twos. He was doing it all, and he was one of those godfathers of the NBA who just revolutionized it by making shooting a little bit more popular, something that wasn't done back then. And that's why Larry Bird is high up on this list on number 6. Leading up to his arch nemesis, number 5, we got Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson, a 5-time NBA champ. Not only that, he made the finals 9 times. And then he has 3 finals MVPs and 3 MVPs. A very successful record. And the thing I like about him is that he had a short career, which does really damage his, all-time list. Because he could be on the top 3 easily if he were to continue playing. But, things happen. But I'm very positive that he could have done that. Now, Magic Johnson made the playoffs every time. Every time. 13 years in the NBA, you see 13 times in the playoffs. That's really impressive in my books. And that's why he's number 5. Also, this guy could do it all. He was a point guard. A big point guard. Could defend. Did it all. And made 9 times finals appearances. That's impressive. Not a lot of people could say that. So, that's why he's above Larry Bird. Because he does have more championships, more finals appearances. And you know the rest. Now, number 4. I'ma say it. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, a 6-time champ, 2 finals MVPs, and we got 6 MVPs. Now, yes, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is very dominant, but the thing that really does damage him in my books, not getting him the top 3, is only 2 finals MVPs. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in those 6-time championships, he was kind of old in some of those. But to get 6 regular season MVPs is pretty insane and shows the dominance in Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But the thing is, he's not the greatest big man of all time. Even though something that I also kind of put against him is at the beginning of his career, he was playing against average basketball players. I'm sorry. Towards the end, it got better, the competition. But at the beginning, it wasn't that good. And also had extremely great teammates like Oscar Robertson, the only guy to get a triple-double to average it in a regular season. At the time, that was insane. Never done before until Russell Westbrook. And that was his teammate. And then, my guy went to the Lakers and won some rings there. But he still is a really good basketball player. And the reason why he's not in the top 3 or the greatest big man of all time is because we get to number 3, Shaquille O'Neal, Mr. Big Man. He's as dominant as anyone. He is the greatest big man of all time because I don't believe anybody could guard him or stop him. Shaquille O'Neal. The only thing you could put down on him was his defensive efforts, and guess what? When he did try, he was a wrecking ball. He could play both sides of the court when he wanted to, but he did not all the time. But Shaquille O'Neal is definitely number 3, the most dominant big man. He ended up with 4 championships, 3 finals MVPs, and don't forget about the season MVP. That does really damage him. But the thing is, 38 points averaged in the finals. That is a crazy thing. He had record-breaking finals performances. Insane. He was as dominant as anyone. Nobody can stop him. Nobody in the NBA could stop Shaquille O'Neal. Something that everybody has to know why he's number 3 is because I don't think anybody ever could stop Shaq. I'm sorry to tell you, but the guy has beaten Jordan. He's beaten the Pistons. He's beaten all these great teams. This guy, Shaq, is insane. Now, get to number 2. Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Yep, I said it. Michael Jordan is the second greatest player of all time. A guy who's gone 6-0 in the finals with 6 finals MVPs and 5 MVPs. Now, Michael Jordan is the second greatest of all time. Stayed with the Bulls for most of his career, ended it with Washington. But we don't really hold the Washington against them. But people say this guy, he had 6 years of dominance, those 3 years in a row. But we don't talk about that little check mark, right before the second three-peat. This guy ended up losing in the conference championship to Shaquille O'Neal and Penny to the Magic. And also his former teammate Horace Grant, Let's not forget about that. They came in there, beat Michael Jordan. People don't like to talk about that. And Jordan also suffered many first-round exits and didn't have really any playoff success until Scottie Pippen came into the picture. And then that's when he started winning championships, having all-time teams, Then signing Dennis Rodman, very crucial for that second three-peat. So you went from Horace Grant to Dennis Rodman. That's pretty amazing in my opinion. But Jordan is the second greatest of all time. And at this point, who's number 1. LeBron James. The LeBron James, the greatest player of all time. A 4-time champ, 4-time finals MVP, and also 4-time MVP. LeBron James is the guy who's shown us that you can give him some plumbers from the 60s and he'd still take him to the finals. We saw that in 2007. We saw that in 2018. The thing is, you need teammates to win it all. But LeBron James showed that he can make you the second best team or even the best team with a bunch of nobodies. But, we've seen that you need teammates. He dropped 51 points in the finals and did not win the game. Shows that your teammates could even play against you at times to ruin your all-time finals performance. But it is what it is. LeBron James showed us what greatness looks like in those 2018 runs, 2016 runs, 2013, 2007. It's insane. LeBron James never made it an exit in the first round until he lost to the Suns. I get it. But the thing is, LeBron James, prior to that, never had a first-round exit. And the reason why there was a first-round exit there was Anthony Davis is out, and he had a whole bunch of geezers on his team. But I'm a true believer that LeBron James could grab any bunch of hooligans, any bunch of bench players, anybody can go to Walmart, get 4 guys, and just say, come on, let's go. Putting you on my back. We're going to the finals. And that's what LeBron James is, and that's what I think is the GOAT. The greatest player of all time can grab anybody and just make it to the finals. And that is the truth of it, and that's why LeBron James is the greatest of all time. So ESPN, shame on you for just putting him at number 2 instead of number 1. Even though his career's not over, this guy has nothing left to prove. The greatest of all time, period. Now leave in the comments who you think is the greatest of all time and why. And please like and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll be sure to make more top 10s. Thank you for watching, guys.